Today we're going to talk about how to pick out a fresh apple. Apples are probably the easiest thing to pick out because the majority of them are fresh. Basically all of them are fresh, ready to go. They come in that way. You don't have to wait on apples to get ripe. Most of the wholesalers that purchase the apples and sell them to farm markets like this, the people who distribute them to the wholesalers store them in giant coolers that pump out all the oxygen and put in nitrogen to keep them at their ripe state for a long period of time. They can do it for years. They can keep this apple in this state for years in their giant coolers. So basically when they are sold to the wholesalers and sold to the farm markets from the wholesalers, they're already ripe. They're ready to go. You basically just need to watch out for any kind of bruising, soft spots, any kind of little brown marks like that is going to be a bad apple. You don't want to take a bite into that. It's not that it's too ripe. It's probably that it got banged up and bruised and it's just starting to soften out. Anything like that you want to try and stay away from. Also any kind of little perfectly round holes that could possibly be a wormhole. Once in a while you do find some of those little nicks in them like that. You would just want to stay away from that. Let's see here. Sometimes they'll have just little marks like that, like a little, kind of like a scab, but it's not really. It's just on the skin. That's not too big of a deal. But it's more just a showy thing. You know, you want that nice, shiny red apple like that. And a majority of them will be like that. So it's just staying away from the bruising and the nicks. Anything like that you want to stay away from. Basically, it's going to be the same thing for any kind of green or yellow apple, any apple altogether, green, yellow, red, whatever apple it is. Basically, it's the same thing. They're all going to be ripe, ready to go. You can take a bite out of any of these. You just want to stay away from any kind of bruising and nicks in them, like basically all the same thing, you know. Just stay away from the bruising and the nicks.